I can't remember the last film where I was constantly thinking to myself, damn, that looks so cool. Hey everyone, welcome to the Screened Film Club. Today we are sharing our review of the movie Dune, directed by Denis Villeneuve. If you've seen our past videos, you know we're huge Denis Villeneuve fans. Not only is he a fellow Québécois, but he is arguably one of the best directors in the last decade. He hasn't made a bad movie yet, and we were hoping Dune would keep his streak going. But first, this video is kindly sponsored by Surfshark.
Like many of you, we are sometimes unable to watch certain movies because they are locked out of our area. Thankfully, the way we get around this is by using a VPN like Surfshark. Not only does it give you access to a lot of geolocked content, but most importantly, it protects your information by encrypting all the data that you send through the internet and where you're connecting from. Rest assured, even they don't log your information. There are a lot of VPNs out there, but we prefer using Surfshark because it's affordable, fast, well-reviewed, and offers a lot of features. It works across all platforms, and on top of that, you're not limited to the number of devices you can install it on. Use Surfshark Alert. That lets you know if your information appears in a leaked database, or Surfshark Search to prevent ads or trackers to follow your searches. I certainly recommend you check it out on your own by heading to surfshark.deals/screened. If you use our promo code SCREENED, you'll get 83% off the regular price, which means for something like a couple of bucks a month, you can be fully protected. Plus, you'll get 3 months for free. Surfshark offers a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you try it and you don't like it, you can simply cancel your subscription and get your money back. Now we return to the review.
And let me start off by saying the visuals and the sound design by themselves are worth the ticket price. Denis Villeneuve mentioned that when preparing this movie, they had to address the elephant in the room when it comes to science fiction films. He was referring to Star Wars. A recurring element we see in a lot of science fiction movies is the creation of these beautiful, shiny, cool-looking live-action concept art designs, just to be forgotten once we move on to the next scene. And that is something that I feel movies like Star Wars tend to do a lot. You feel like you're being sold a toy from this sci-fi world, and then it just becomes a visually disposable shiny noise. But when it comes to Dune, a lot of what you see feels practical, like it has a reason for being there. It's not just the massive spaceships and technology that look cool, but it's also the muted earth-toned locations. I'm someone that comes from a cold climate, often filled with snow, so I've never really felt any appeal for the desert. And in movies, it's usually associated to isolation or death. Yet this movie makes the desert feel rich and alive, apart from just threatening. We are given several glorious shots of the many shapes the desert can take. It has the perfect mix of the ancient and the advanced. The technology is grounded in this lived-in world, adding a tremendous sense of scale to the story. But I do feel that I went in with tempered expectations because I already knew this movie was only going to be a part 1 of a whole story, that I would be left needing a continuation. Even with the long runtime, I felt I would have wanted to spend more time with some of the characters. I mean, let's face it, this is a series-sized story being compressed into a movie. We are meant to care for a large number of characters, similar to Game of Thrones, but with a much more limited time. Regardless, I didn't feel it ruined my viewing experience or my immersion in the story. I do hope this is something that can be improved in the sequel. I would have also wanted more of an R rating when it comes to the violence, but there is one scene I really found disturbing, and yet there was no action happening. It was just a naked man, slinked down on a chair. The threat of violence was enough to unsettle you regarding the possibilities of what would happen or did happen to this character. And Stellan Skarsgård as the misshapen, asymmetrical floating horror of the Baron is going to leave you with an uncomfortable lasting impression. Throughout the movie, I felt I was watching something truly special that hopefully one day could reach the same significance of Star Wars or Lord of the Rings. Something that has been ruminating inside the mind of someone for quite a while. Denis Villeneuve dreamt about bringing the world of Dune to the big screen since he was a teenager. That love and passion for the source material translates to the screen. As I had a week to think about this movie before sharing this review, I kept wondering about what type of director Denis Villeneuve is. How can we recognize one of his movies? There are a lot of movies that we know automatically who made them. We know what a Quentin Tarantino movie sounds like. We know what a Wes Anderson film would look like. Even the more subtle director idiosyncrasies follow a certain style or theme they keep exploring. But when it comes to Denis Villeneuve, that is harder to pinpoint. He's a director that very effectively removes himself and any hubris from the frame. Some directors feel the need to write their own stories, even to their own creative detriment. But Denis thrives in adapting with care what someone else has made and sharing it in the best possible way. The only visual pattern in his movies is how he tries to ground the grandiose or the surreal. I was very worried that this was going to be the movie that would show that Denis Villeneuve is human after all. I was ready to say that, well, this was a big undertaking, and the deck was already stacked against him, but I really feel he and the whole crew pulled it off. To stare in awe like a child at the screen, as if I'm watching some strange alchemy being produced. Not many directors have that gift. As a fellow Québécois, I just want to say, merci Denis, ton film était fantastique, on est très fiers de toi, et j'ai bien hâte de retourner au cinéma pour le revoir. Thank you for watching our video. Please don't forget to feed the algorithm gods and let us know down in the comments what did you think about the movie. Until next time.